Welcome back. City Power in Joburg saying they're cracking down on illegal electricity connections in Kaya Sands, north of the city. A syndicate is believed to be draining the grid, leading the community to suffer outages. In a joint operation with law enforcement, officials are now in the area to disconnect illegal and unlawful lines. Newzroom Afrika's Veronica Makhoali is there for you. Veronica, good afternoon to you. What's happening there?
Well, Stephen, it's been a busy day in regards to City Power clamping down, as you've mentioned, on illegal connections. Something really that continues to be an obstacle in regards to the power entity providing, a consistent supply of electricity. This is also something that continuously adds to the issue of tripping substations and, of course, leaving communities in the dark. And, of course, the operation today started in Pipeline Informal Settlement, where we saw what can only be described as Stephen, as webbed, tangled up wires hanging on essentially makeshift pylons dangling on top of the homes of several community members, businesses, some of them so dangerous, Stephen, that they were running on the ground right next to what could only be a stream of water and waste. And it really tells you, of course, just how dangerous illegal connections are, but not only to the community, but also to the whole infrastructure of City Power. But there's also a criminal element to this, apart from a safety measure as well, Stephen. Hearing from residents who actually welcomed the operation, that they have essentially been paying up to 1.5 thousand to unknown individuals who are responsible for this setup of infrastructure. Now, this illegal hookup, just from glancing at it, you can tell immediately that these wires are, in fact, some of the public infrastructure wires that have been stripped from street lights, wiring from highways as well. Even the lights themselves, one saw them and said, this is quite oddly familiar, because these are actually street lights that have been connected to this particular community. And residents saying that, in fact, they welcome the operation, but are calling for a more sustainable supply of electricity, and saying that City Power, in fact, should continue to do this, as they are paying money to people that they don't even know illegally. Have a listen to what residents in Pipeline Informal Settlement have had to say.
Okay, for registration it's 1.5, and month to month it's 450. So it's too expensive for us. At least if we give that 1.5 to City Power, I think that will be much better. And month to month responsibilities we will take ourselves. You understand? As much as Rehonopatela Mutufela or asking under our government money. And these people, they are from outside the world, outside the country. They are not citizens in South Africa. You understand? So it's a waste to us.
Yes, those syndicates, we know about them as City Power, and as City Power, we are not law enforcement. So we have passed that information to law enforcement so that they can act and be able to identify some of these things. This has been going on for some time. We came here with the executive mayor, Councillor Dadam Rero, I think it was last year, and the very same issues were raised, and he did basically raise it with the higher police management, so that they can come and deal with the issues not only of those syndicates, but there's also issue of illegal migrants population in this community who are not supposed to be here, who are supposed to basically be sent back home. So you've got that kind of a situation that is multi-pronged, that needs multiple departments to basically be involved, including Home Affairs and many others.
Now, Stephen, what we understand as well from City Power, that in the operation in Pipeline Informal Settlement alone, those wires are costing essentially about R500,000 in terms of what was collected in today's operation. We also understand, of course, that this type of illegal infrastructure is what really is part of the issue when it comes to load reduction. Pipeline Informal Settlement would be amongst those that are adding, of course, to the strain of the municipal grid. And so we've heard from Eskom side and City Power as well, saying that there is that deadline to end load reduction by targeting some of these areas where there is those illegal connections. But this is all about the buy-in from communities. And so if residents themselves are saying that they're willing to pay electricity and they want a formal structure in terms of electricity supply, this would be your smart meters connected into their homes. This would, of course, allow them to stop what is very clear a criminal element, using, of course, the desperation of residents to have electricity and power running through their homes. Stephen.